And three, two, one. Hi, we're not live, but we're recording. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Andrew, and you have found yourself at the Morning Hash. Welcome. I'm very grateful that you are here. My YouTube strike is over. I came out swinging, I suppose. I guess I should have um, toned it down a bit. Just a little bit. I wasn't counting on the algorithm to catch me so much, but it probably wasn't a good idea to put um, a bunch of different names in my description, like the unspecified virus of unknown origin. Take that, do with that what you will. So I'm glad to be back. I'm going to be posting all this stuff on Rumble as well. So you can check out the last two videos on Rumble. I would appreciate it if you do. I'd appreciate it if you like, subscribe, share, do whatever you want to do. But I'm grateful that you are here. Today, we're going to, I'm still messing with the format a little bit. Today, what we're going to do is we are going to talk about the war in the Ukraine. We're going to talk about a little bit about what's going on with NATO. Now, let's just jump right into it. If you don't know, NATO is the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. Okay, and I'm just going to read it. This is off Wikipedia. I know I don't like Wikipedia too much. Okay, is an intergovernmental military alliance between 30 member states, 28 European and 2 North American, established in the aftermath of World War II. The organization implemented the North Atlantic Treaty signed in Washington, D.C. on the 4th of April, 1949. NATO is a collective security system. Its independent member states agree to defend each other against attacks by third parties. During the Cold War, NATO operated as a check on the perceived threat posed by the Soviet Union. The alliance remained in place after the dissolution of the Soviet Union and has been involved in military operations in the Balkans, the Middle East, South Asia, and Africa. Isn't that nice? The organization's motto is well, yeah, animus in consolendo leber, Latin for a mind unfettered in deliberation. Interesting. I wonder what that's code for. Anyway, so if you want to go and get a brief rundown, or not, no, not very brief, but there's a lot going on here with NATO in Wikipedia, and again, it's Wikipedia. You can find all sorts of history on NATO. So, and if you want to really get into some treaties here, I'm going to go off on a tangent here. NATO was signed in 1949. You might want to also check out something like the Balfour Declaration. The Balfour Declaration was in 1917 with the British government agreed to give the land of Palestine to the Jews, and it goes on and on and on and on and on. Which was really odd. And if you really want to go deeper into that, I suggest you check out the transfer agreement, the untold story of the secret pact between the Reich and Jewish Palestine. And it goes on to say, H word, I'm learning, H word, early anti Jewish measures provoked worldwide efforts at a boycott of German goods. It goes on and on and on until it gets to, meanwhile, Zionist leadership and the Third Reich agreed on arrangements whereby German Jews could immigrate to Palestine under somewhat more favorable financial conditions and whereby German trade with Palestinian Jewry would increase. And it goes on to describe that. So I suggest if you want to look up the history of things like NATO and the Balfour Declaration and the transfer agreement, I highly suggest you do. Now, when it comes to NATO, let's go in. What is NATO? And it's really weird up here. They have NATO OTAN. I wonder what's going on there. Anyway, NATO, and here's a 30 countries. Okay, you can go. Political. NATO promotes democratic values and enables members to consult and cooperate on defense and security related issues to solve problems, build trust, in the long run, prevent conflict. Military. NATO is committed to the peaceful resolution of disputes. If diplomatic efforts fail, it has the military power to undertake crisis management operations. These are carried out under the collective defense clause of NATO's founding treaty, Article 5 of the Washington Treaty, or under a United Nations mandate, alone or in cooperation with other countries and international organizations. Well, isn't that nice? NATO sounds like a swell organization. It sounds like they really, really want to do good for the world. At least, their 30 member states. Now, what's really going on with NATO? Okay, let's check this out. What's this? NATO issues warning about a Nord Stream pipeline sabotage. Remember that whole sabotage? You remember that explosion, Nord Stream 1 and 2? Yeah. NATO issues warning. This is the Epoch Times. NATO issues warning about the Nord Stream pipeline sabotage. The NATO has formally labeled the damage to the Nord Stream 1 and 2 pipelines as an act of sabotage. All currently available information indicates that this is the result of a deliberate, reckless, and irresponsible acts of sabotage. Excuse me, one moment. That's better. NATO said in the September 29th statement, these leaks are causing risk to shipping and substantial environmental damage. We support the investigations underway to determine the origin of the damage. Well, this sounds awful. This sounds absolutely terrible. I'm so glad that NATO is looking into this. Let's see. Um, where did it go? Uh, what's this? Top German investigator. This is from Legal Insurrection. Top German investigator. No proof of Russian involvement in the Nord Stream pipeline blast. Interesting. Initial German investigation concluded that powerful undersea blasts likely caused by highly effective explosive devices and done by state actors. Interesting. Hmm. After months of forensic investigation, German investigators have found no evidence of Russian involvement in last September's blast that damaged the Nord Stream gas pipelines. Germany's federal prosecutor general, who is leading the official probe into the blast, said in a newspaper interview published on Friday that there's no evidence tying Russia to the undersea explosions near the coast of Denmark. And then it goes on for his investigation and so far and so far. And yeah, so far, German investigators have found no evidence that Russia was behind the explosions that hit the Nord Stream 1 and 2 gas pipes. This cannot be proven at the moment. Interesting. You know, NATO issues a warning about there being a sabotage to the Nord Stream pipelines. Then it happens. Okay. And then Germany, who's a member of NATO, investigates and said there's no proof of Russian involvement in this. Um, let's take a look at something real quick. Let's take a look at our dear leaders. Is this the one I want? Well, we'll come back to that. Uh, let's see. Oh, this is Newland, Victoria Newland. Let's listen to what she has to say about the Nord Stream pipeline. What happened here? Let's refresh it. Oh, what in the world? Yeah. Uh, Victoria Newland. Nord Stream 2. There we go. Where the hell was that? Oh, it's gone. There it is.
Senator Cruz, like you, I am, and I think the administration is very gratified to know that Nord Stream 2 is now, as you say, a hunk of metal at the bottom of the sea.
I'll play that one more time.
Senator Cruz, like you, I am, and I think the administration is very gratified to know that Nord Stream 2 is now, as you like to say, a hunk of metal at the bottom of the
This
sea.
U.S. diplomat is grateful that Nord Stream 2 is a hunk of metal at the bottom of the sea. Isn't that grand? Let's see. What else am I looking for here? Was this it? Yeah, I think it was. Crap. Here it is. Now, here's Potatoes in Chief. Listen to Joe Biden and what he has to say about Nord Stream.
If Russia invades, that means tanks or troops crossing the border of Ukraine again. Then there will be no longer a Nord Stream 2. We will bring an end to it.
How will you do that exactly? Since the project and control of the project is within Germany's control.
We will, I promise you, we'll be able to do that.
Possibly this is a good idea to say to our American friends. We will be united. We will act together.
Okay, so it goes on, and that's the German, I don't know, chancellor or diplomat or whatever. So Joe Biden said that we will put an end to Nord Stream 2. It will stop it. Okay. And then the German diplomat goes on to say, we will work together to do this. Even though the Germany said that there was no, well, they only said that there was no proof that Russia had anything to do with it. Now, let's go back to the top. This is Zero Hedge. Nord Stream sabotage was CIA U.S. Navy covert ops. Seymour Hersh bombshell prompts a White House response. And then it goes on. Pulitzer Prize winner Seymour Hersh was for decades star reporter writing for the New York Times and New Yorker, published a new bombshell as his first Substack post, prompting a quick White House response. After conducting his own investigation into who sabotaged the Nord Stream pipelines via a series of underwater blasts on September 26, Hersh has concluded the United States blew up the Russia to Germany natural gas pipeline as part of a covert operation under the guise of Baltops 22 NATO exercise. And if you want more information on all these links will be in the description below. All these links will be in the description below. Baltops 22, the premier Baltic Sea maritime exercise concludes in Kiel. This was June 17th of 2022 from U.S. Naval Forces Europe and Naval Striking and Support Forces Data Public Affairs. And it goes on to describe a practice. When you said it, Navy SEALs and the U.S. military to go on. Let's see. We here at Strike Force NATO safely executed an ambitious training scheme on behalf of the 16 allied and partner nations in the exercise, improving combat readiness and demonstrating the ability to work seamlessly together across all environments, in the air, on the ground, and at the sea. Okay. This is not the first time Sweden has participated in ball tops. This iteration was unique because it coincided with the celebration of the Swedish Navy's 500th anniversary. Sweden. I'm going to have to do a little more research on Sweden. But there's ball tops for you, okay? And I've got even more information. The Baltic Sea. Multinational exercise kicks off in the Baltic Sea. Let's see. Where was that? Where was that? Maybe I'm looking some. Oh, there it is. The disillusions and has been involved in military operation in the Balkans. NATO. Isn't that grand? I mean, come on, people. The piece. Oh, did we play this one yet? This is I think we did, but we'll play it one more time.
Thank you, Madam Minister.
Russia. I've said already in the last days, yes, we have to do more to defend Ukraine. Yes, we have to do more also on tanks. But the most important and the crucial part is that we do it together and that we do not do the blame game in Europe, because we are fighting a war against Russia and not against each other. Thank you.
So, a German foreign minister declares that we are fighting a war against Russia. Okay. Does she mean just Germany? Does she mean NATO? Why? So, does any of this make sense? A German foreign minister is stating that we are fighting a war against Russia. A top German investigator states that we have no evidence that Russia did anything to the Nord Stream 1 and 2 pipelines. Okay. Now, we have this huge article from Seymour Hersh, right? I'm going up and down. I'm sorry if that's disorienting. How America took out the Nord Stream pipeline. The U.S. Navy's Diving and Salvage Center can be found in a location as obscure as its name, down what was once a country lane in rural Panama City, and it goes on to describe this whole U.S. Navy diving center. The center has been training highly skilled deepwater divers for decades who, once assigned to American military units worldwide, are capable of technical diving to do the good, using C4 explosives to clear harbors and beaches of debris and unexploded ordnance, as well as the bad, like blowing up foreign oil rigs, fouling intake valves for undersea power plants, destroying locks on crucial shipping canals. The Panama City Center, which boasts the second largest indoor pool in America, was the perfect place to recruit the best and most taciturn graduates of the diving school who successfully did last summer what they had been authorized to do 260 feet under the surface of the Baltic Sea. The Balkans, remember? Last June, the Navy divers operating under the cover of a widely publicized midsummer NATO exercise known as Baltops 22, we've got the links for that, planted the remotely triggered explosives that 3 months later destroyed 3 of the 4 Nord Stream pipelines, according to a source with direct knowledge of the operational planning. 2 of the pipelines, which are known collectively as Nord Stream 1, had been providing Germany and much of Western Europe with cheap Russian natural gas for more than a decade. A second pair of pipelines, Nord Stream 2, built but were not yet operational. So, what do we have here? Okay. This was an opportunity, and this was not just an opportunity, this was Russia providing Germany with cheaper natural gas, right? America can't have that. And why? Because of the petrodollar, right? We have to secure our own energy interests. So we can't have another country, especially a country like Russia, providing cheaper energy to someone who we consider an ally, because we need to make money off of that ally. And we can't do that if they're buying it from someone else. Does it make sense? Or am I just talking out of my ass? Probably both. Probably the latter, talking out of my ass. Um, so again, I won't keep it very much longer. Um, very, very interesting. Go from point A to B to C to D. I mean, just all you got to do is connect the dots, people. All of these links will be in the description below. Um, and if you're thinking about, siding between, Russia, Ukraine, all that, blah, 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 blah. Let's see here. Russian military announces plan to expand, create new units. I don't know why. That's a weird ad on top. Moscow. Russia on Wednesday announced an ambitious plan to beef up its military from 1 million to 1.5 million, create multiple new units. I don't think people. Oh, look at this. I forgot about this. Look how much Russia hates us. Look how much they've built our bases around their country, or put their country next to our bases. Those bastards. God, it's unbelievable. Look at this. Just take a look at this. Okay? Look, and this probably isn't even an updated map. I think this is actually an older map. There's probably more bases, scattered all over the place up here and whatnot. So yeah, how dare they for building their country so close to our bases. Sons of bitches. Um the one other thing I wanted to show you is not the easiest thing to watch. Let's see if I can get it here. Um, so if you just go to hashtag Zelensky war criminal on Twitter, and I'm sure you can find it other places, this is what they're doing to people in Ukraine. Okay, the Ukrainian forces are not good. They are not good people. Okay, this is what they are doing. This is what they are doing to dissenters.
Ну кому ты, блядь, натрусился? Хуйня, ты чепуха, блядь, стала.
They look like good people, don't they? When's the last time you saw something like this on CNN? Let's see. Ukrainian child soldier. Yeah, there's another video of this. Look, right here. Oh, that's loud. Sorry. Hundreds of thousands of Ukrainians demand Zelensky war criminal step down as president. TikTok. I hate TikTok. Let's see. Now, all of these things are true. Zelensky banned the Ukrainian Orthodox Church. Well, the Russian Orthodox Church. Banned political opposition parties. Banned members of his own party. Banned media who criticized him. Banned all who did not agree with him. I mean, do I have to go back to these videos up here? I mean, look what they're doing to people who don't agree. Oh, this is just a meme. And let's see. Oh, mobilization in Ukraine. This is them taking young boys to go fight on the front lines. So there's no audio. Cannon fodder. You don't believe me? That's what's happening. This is a Ukrainian mother trying to fight for her son to not be taken to the front lines to be used as cannon fodder. And these Ukrainian thugs think there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Unbelievable. Look, here's the same video right here. Now this video is hard to watch. So if you're a bit squeamish or something, turn away. This is I'm gonna turn down that music. I don't want that. Okay. See this drone? This is dropping chemical weapons on what is believed to be Russian soldiers. This is a war crime. It's not easy to watch. This is what happens with chemical warfare. And that's against the Geneva Convention. Not as if that matters anymore. So, and it goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on. Oh, this guy. Let's see. Capture soldiers of Ukraine about the desire of Ukrainians to fight with Russia. Soldiers break military equipment, remove car parts, wood shavings, and gas tank so as not to go to the front. Ukrainians do not want to die for the interests of the USA and Zelensky war criminal. I concur. Well, we're getting to about the 25-minute mark here, so I'm going to let you go. I just wanted to touch on that, so to speak, for over 20 minutes. You're not being told the truth about what's going on in this war over in the Ukraine. You're just not. You're not. NATO should be disbanded. NATO is just an organization that is committing war crimes under the guise of, being a security system for the Western world. And yet, we are surrounding Asia with all of our bases and, committing war crimes in the Ukraine. So, I suggest you check all of these things out. Oh yeah, and we're bombing, Nord Stream pipelines and whatnot. And we're doing it against one of our allies, which makes sense. Kind of, I don't know. You can make sense of it all you want, but I just wanted to throw this information out there. Get your day started off with something interesting to think about, something to talk about. One second. Excuse me. I don't know if that's rude. It probably is. I'm sorry. So, on your water cooler talk, I got coffee on my mustache. Your water cooler talk, you can talk about how the war over there is complete bullshit and that NATO needs to calm the fuck down. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna just leave it at that. I don't have a quote. I don't have a saying or anything like that. Um, Dogs are better than people. We don't deserve dogs. They're wonderful. Good doggo. We have 4 dogs, so I was just thinking about dogs. Anyway, I'm gonna let you go. Just remember, take care of yourself. Take care of each other. Okay? We got to do this together or we're not going to make it. We have to do this together. These are the people that we are fighting. These people don't care about you. They will use you as cannon fodder just as easily as they will those Ukrainian teenagers. Okay? We got to do this together. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. I'll see you guys. Take care.